need a thumbs up.
My phone lights up, but it's never you. I can't help but feel so lonely. I know there's things that I can't undo. I'm falling apart so slowly. Come alive when we're faded. The summer nights that we're chasing. Want this feeling to last forever, forever. I know it's hard for you to stay, but I can make it another day without you, without you. I know it's hard for you to stay, but I can make it another day without you, without you.
A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So, he loses touch with reality.
I don't want to take a chance with any copyrighted stuff, you know? It's Saturday. It's 10:40 in the evening, or at 10:40 at night. What's today's date?
March 21st.
March 21st. And this is the day before the mandatory
Mandatory minimum.
ooh, no.
Also
mandatory better.
Yeah, there's a few things. And tomorrow is the 40th. What is it? Tomorrow? Hold up. Let me think.
All right, take your time, baby. No rush. Wifey was dozing off in the car, and I started talking, woke her up, so she joined in on the conversation. So you got to give her a couple of seconds. I love you, baby. I'm here. And there's a couple of other people here too. But normally this would be rammed. This would be packed with tourists, vagrants, homeless, derelicts, pickpocketers, child molesters, social deviants, and all those. We could just go on and on. We could just go on and on and on and on.
Yeah. Oh, look. It's recording.
Yeah, man.
Look at Times Square. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen Times Square like this.
Yeah, I've seen it like this a few times. It's been like this. The blackout was even worse. It was just totally dark. I gotta find that. I gotta find that footage.
Wow.
I have that on something somewhere.
Damn. Yeah, BBQs near Uptown there was like 12 black women outside of there. I just laughed as I walked by. We want our chicken wings.
And they were like doing takeout, right?
They were doing takeout.
I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna make a U-E. Okay. Somebody's gonna honk. Look, this guy's gonna hit somebody. Look at that.
Rush. But, you know, my hand was smelling.
Looks like they're about to check out what's going on. What you doing over there, huh?
Yeah.
What's going on? Let's see if we can hear something. Hear the city. The pulse of the city. Can you hear it?
Not too much. McDonald's is open. That's funny.
You see, one thing we have to say is that this city is so small. Times Square is just a 5-minute ride. Everybody thinks, oh, Times Square, New York City. It's a stage. It's not a big deal. Don't get it twisted. It's a stage. It's totally a stage. And you should see what they do, what they've done this winter. They actually blocked off 5 blocks where they were funneling all the people and all the cars to make it look so packed, like Radio City Music Hall and all those areas, making them look packed. Yeah, right. This city was empty last year. Talking about all the people we have in this town. You sure about that? That's where the ball drops.
Yeah, still up there. Interesting.
Oops.
Red light, daddy.
Red light, red light, red light. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's like they shut down all these businesses. How did they expect them to just last for weeks?
No, because the little guy will suffer. The little guy will lose. The small businessman, we learned that with the pizzeria. We learned how the little guy will suffer and is made to suffer. If you don't accept that this is just a job and you try to be a business owner, had to find that funny. So I said, no, child, I work hard for the money.
Okay.
Calling me a thief? Please don't even try it. Sit down and eat your slice of pizza and be quiet.
Look at that new parent in our school that just opened up that restaurant. I thought about her like twice. You know, and I wouldn't say, while she was saying it, you know, I just was, you know, like, oh, so hard. You know, I was the one out of the 2 women we were talking to, but it was so hard in my voice, and everyone was so excited.
They were so happy for her, and you were like, oh.
You got money? And the girl's like, she don't need no. I was like, do you have, like, you know, I asked her, does she have, you know, money to sustain the business without making money for a while.
Did you have a cushion?
Yeah.
Did you have any kind of, what's that called? Collateral? Do you have any capital?
Just off the, don't even know her, you know.
And you straight up just asked the woman that? And what did she say?
I asked her that. She was like, not really.
Uh-huh.
You know, because I know, you know, we tend to open up a business when we get a couple dollars.
Look at this guy just stole that bike. Where you stole that bike from? Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
$100.
What are you gonna say?
$100, something.
How much?
$40 just for you.
No, I would feel bad for the person.
Look, they stole I'm a veteran.
Yes.
They stole all my money today on 50th Street.
What?
This is my bike. This is my girl's bike. She gave it to me to sell.
Oh, okay.
I need
Good.
I need $40 to go see my daughter.
Yo, I'm sorry, bro. I couldn't help you, man. Even though that seat looked nice, you know, you wanted a fatter seat. You say that seat was hurting your butt. But I ain't falling for it. I ain't buying no stolen bike. Not after what they did to us. You know, the streets gotta eat. The hell with that.
Shiny that bike was.
My girlfriend's bike. Yeah, right.
And you always say that a person. You see, this is how the Jarvis Center looks. Like, a matter of fact, aren't we near it?
The Jarvis Center, where the
What
you
they're talking
want to?
about.
Yeah, let's drive down
Through
there.
hospitals. Look at the what is this? Madison Square Garden. It's a lot of construction over there. Metropolitan Transport. And tomorrow I couldn't quite put it together. It's like you said, I was in a little bit sleep stage, but tomorrow the numbers are very something happens in the conspiratorial world. It's like
Ooh,
tomorrow's-
conspiracy world.
Yeah, 322.
Did I turn you into a conspiracy theorist? Is that what's going on here? Did I do that?
Yes.
Did I do that? I didn't mean to. Madison Square. And then over here, that's where all the homeless usually line up and sleep. All the homeless are all gone. I haven't seen no real homeless. And that's a whole nother conspiracy. Let me not even go there. You know how I feel about these homeless. These are people working a job. This whole city is nothing but a stage. Don't get it twisted. Go ahead, tell me about the conspiracy. I never hear you say conspiracy, so I'm really interested. I'm very interested right now.
Yeah, funny. Well, I'll have to double check.
Oh, baby. I love you, Ma. You're a piece of work.
Gotta pause it.
All right, so can I tell you about some conspiracy? Are you ready for this conspiracy? Oh, I was telling you about it a little bit earlier. Should I go there? Can I go there?
Don't go there.
Don't go there? Come on, why are you always censoring me, yo? Come on.
This big building.
So why not go there?
Because we don't need to take it there. We don't need to be documented and sealed.
Oh, you scared? Don't go there because you scared? Oh, I'm going there then. I ain't scared. Come on, I ain't scared of nothing. You mean all the buildings? Yeah, they've been building all these beautiful buildings over here.
Wow.
Look at that.
Jesus. Look at this courtyard by Marriott. Whoa. This whole area. What happened to the McDonald's?
You know, that's why it's hard for me to imagine that there's just so much like the martial law. How could it really exist when you're building all of this?
Whoa.
Unless, like I said, it's just some sort of staging of some sort of ghost city, so we can appear to not be, you know, we appear to be a city that has halted its growth.
You hospitals.
I mean, it's a massive amount of infrastructure here. Listen, I'm gonna go there. You're so silly.
Don't go there. Why you gotta take it there? No.
I don't even know. This is just something that I kind of was like hearing through the YouTube streets. Not even through the YouTube streets, through my friend. He was kind of breaking some of that down, and I was like, "What?" About that? There's a secret little war against good and evil going on right now, and that's what this is all about. This is all about the evil in the world. Look at this. Jeez Louise, look at this bad boy. Can you see that? Oh, we're going to the Javits Center first, right? No, I'll come back to the Javits. Let me go this way real quick. Oh, no, we're here at the Javits. This is the Javits right here.
Yeah.
And the reason why LJ is talking about the Javits Center is because we had our car towed the other night in the pouring rain. It was we had it double parked. There was nowhere to park, and every single hydrant was full. Crosswalk was full. There was about 50 cars double parked everywhere, and they told us we were one of the people that they decided to tow. And she came downtown to pick up the vehicle early that morning. It got towed at 4 in the morning. You were here by what? 7:30, 8:30?
Yeah.
And she said that there was some like suspicious looking construction here, or
No, there was a lot of construction for the governor to say that they're going to be using this facility for hospital beds. It just didn't seem realistic for this facility to be able to be used for medical when I seen the active construction. So I don't know, especially
on the back side, the other side, right? Did you come by this
No,
side?
we came down this way. We
Oh,
came
okay.
down 30. We came down one of these weird streets that look like we shouldn't have been walking down.
Look, there's a guy with a camera right there pointing up. You see that? What's that about? It looked very official. I don't think my camera caught that just now. We should go back around.
Yeah,
Something is catching the construction, right?
we
With
came
that.
down 37th. We came down this block here. You see, it looks very like, can you walk? And then we came over here, and I'm like, what is this?
What the hell is this? I never seen this before.
You tell look, the Javits Center. You telling me they're gonna roll people in here with ventilators?
No, but the Javits Center goes all the way to 34th. This is already 4 blocks away.
Yeah, but all of this is construction.
No,
This
not
stuff-
really. This is kind of separated. I know what you're saying, though. I hear you, baby.
Javits Center expansion. So any of this looks like it's ready for hospital beds.
I want you guys to pay attention to the left side of your screen. I'm going to move my camera back. There's a tripod and a very official looking vehicle. There's a car in front of me, but there's a car parked all the way to the left, and there's a tripod right in front of this guy, and he's recording something, and he has his lights on. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. What was that about?
It's like a governmental car.
Very governmental.
All those wires. On top of that car.
This is like one of the most spookiest structures I've ever seen, if I have to say so myself. Look at this here, guys. Or y'all. Or you all. Look at that. The hell is that? Look at that. Where have you ever seen something like that? If that does not say Illuminati, New World Order, I don't know what does. I am incapable. I mean, it's actually spooky as heck, this structure to me. Every time I've seen this thing here, I'm like, what the hell It's goings on with that.
Hudson Yard.
Hudson Yards, this is called.
No, I said red light.
Red light, red light. Red light, green light. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I wish I had my phone.
New York City is starting to look like those ghost cities in China. Not popping any longer.
It only took a fucking week.
It only took a corona. No, it didn't take a week, baby. You know what it took? It took what happened in 2009. It took what happened in 2012. It took what happened in 2016. All of this happened incrementally. None of this happened in a day. All of this took incremental steps to take away our rights, to take away our freedom. All of this stuff that we're going through right now all happened incrementally. I would argue that it... Wow, yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, that's because of that damn toe. Let me pull over and reset this. Toe messed us up. We're gonna have to put in a claim for real. So, man, I'm baby in the car, you know. But what you gonna do?
What you mean, baby?
I'm not driving. You know, I'm not hard on the car. I'm very light on it. But it's a machine. What you gonna do? So, you know, when I see all of these new structures that are up and all the plans for the people, it makes me find it a little difficult to imagine that they're going to be doing the whole, they're going to be like people, like the military on the streets. And while the military is on the streets, they're going to be asking for your papers, finding out why you in your car, where the hell you going, what's going on, turning martial law into our reality. Not when you got the Hudson Yard looking that beautiful and all this construction happening every day. Building up all these structures, all this stuff is already bought and paid for. Man, somebody like they coming up. Don't come up behind me, mister. I was looking through, look at this guy.
What's that?
Nah, he's sexy out. Hey, sexy man. I see your arms are out. And if you hear any swashing or swishing or swashing, we just filled up some water containers. We just filled up some water containers. So you might hear that swishing and swashing in the back. So, you know, this kind of leads me into what I was going to say earlier, and how I had heard how what's happening is there's this sort of battle between good and evil that's happening right now. And there's a group of people, like black ops kind of style people, that are dressed in black and gray. Didn't you say something about black and gray? There's these men that are out here in vans, military style, in black and gray. And what they're doing is they're snatching people out of their homes. And they're rounding up a whole bunch of different people in this city, or in America. They're being rounded up, and what's being rounded up are all these sick and twisted individuals that might be kind of part of some sort of not milk creature-esque kind of a thing. So just imagine we got the not milk, which is basically Clinton spelled backwards. And the not milk are these creatures that are kind of in charge to some degree. And yes, they've been slowly, incrementally rolling out this opportunity to, lock us all down. But what if they're locking us down, all part of an agenda to infiltrate the not milk? What if they're fighting a war with the not milk, and the only way to truly spot the not milk is to damn near quarantine everybody, so that when they need to feed, they didn't have the resources enough to be able to feed, to prepare properly. So all of these not milk creatures that call Earth their home to some degree are now hungry. And it was something to do with like adrenochrome and how they're warehousing children and all these different things. There's a warehousing of children that are happening that has been stifled, and it's like we're dealing with a group of this not milk group. They have such a huge appetite that they're not even able to they had such an abundance to feed on that now they are unable to have these children to feed on, and they are now being exposed by this situation. So all the celebrities possibly that are being infected or that are quarantining themselves really are behind the scenes not milk creatures. And these not milk creatures are losing their sustenance in order to feed, and now they're being exposed, and these men and these military outfits, and they're running in and they're snatching them up and maybe doing them dirty, like this. There's a fight between good and evil right now, to the point where good is utilize the system in a way where it appears that they were going to lock us down to destroy us, but maybe they're locking us down so that they can rid the world of these creatures, and we're not talking about like politicians necessarily and actors necessarily, even though I did say maybe some of the actors that were down with certain things, like maybe these pedophile rings and all these kind of things. Look at these cops, every one of them on their phone. And so, maybe these groups of people are going to be taken down. Maybe sort of like reptilians that are calling Earth home. This is the way to expose them out. And I talked about this with the non-player characters, where it's easy to spot the NPCs, these non-player characters. They're all around us. And they follow these routines where they got to walk their dogs, and they got to go to the store, and they got to jog, and they do all these different things. And they're easily recognized when you confront them. The not milk creatures are very easily recognizable when confronted. So, yeah, some old lady over here chilling. You see that?
No.
Look at this. She's just smoking a stove, relaxing outside her place.
No.
Just enjoying the night? How are you, love?
I'm waiting for my dog walker to finish her walk so I can bring my dog up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Oh, that's true too.
Good for you. Take care, love.
Thank you.
She was adorable.
Yes, she was. That's true too.
She's so rich. God bless her. So the not milk creatures are going to have to expose themselves because their lifestyle has changed so drastically.
Is the dog walking?
That's probably her dog walking right there. Look at the man walking his dog. Yeah. So maybe there's like a group of this reminds me of the movie The Matrix. And in the movie The Matrix, they went to this club and they had to meet this guy that owns the club, right? And he had like ghosts that was hanging out with him, and vampires, and all these kind of programs. And they were there. I can't remember the name. The Venturian. I'm sure somebody in the comment section will tell me who this guy was that owned that club, who was very intricate or integral in the plot when it comes to like this matrix that we live in. All these things there are things that are going on, like vampires and not milk creatures and reptilians and people that call their own, and there's this underworld, this seediness that's going on. And right now, what do we have when it comes to this seediness? We have a war going on between good and evil, and good is kicking evil's ass right now. So that was what I was going to say. That wasn't so bad. This water swishing and swashing is a lot for me. But whatever.
No.
This place shut down right around the same time the corona came out.
Which place?
This little gelato spot here in the corner that I just could not understand how they made a dime. I'm like, how could they be here for like 4 or 5 years? And it just was just so weird to me. No one was ever in it. I know the rent here is $25,000 minimum for this corner spot. How could they even survive? But they didn't. Like everything else, man, in this town you get about a year, but the only ones that are winning are the corporations. The only ones winning are the Applebee's and the seafood joints. What's those seafood joints? The Red Lobsters. Yeah. They're the only ones that's winning right now. Everyone else, look at this guy delivering food.
Yeah. Man.
Oh yeah, LJ, tell us what happened when you went to the bike shop today. What did he tell you?
He said this is the best year for business. He's been all the years he's been in business. This is his most lucrative year thus far.
The most money he's ever made is because of Corona. Yeah, I put hydraulic brakes on my bike, and then the next day LJ shows up and gets hydraulic brakes on his bike, and he's like, "What?"
On his bike.
On her bike. You know, he just couldn't believe it. He's like, "What?"
So interestingly enough, it looks like a lot of these places are open, I guess, for like the delivery.
Yeah, for all deliveries. They're open for deliveries.
So creepy.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You know, if there's going to be an uprising in New York City, it's going to happen with the, and I say this very respectfully, it's going to be the whites. The whites in New York City are so free. They're not like brown and black people. Whites are so free in this town, they won't be able to handle it more than, I'd say, 4 days. 8 days is going to be a lot. It's going to be a hell of a lot. They are such free people in New York City. They walk around fearless. These whites walk around New York City fearless. Which way is Washington Square Park? Right here, this way. Okay, relax. Relax, buddy. See? You're still getting honked at. Look, he stopped right there where I stopped.
Wow.
What a jerk. What a jerk. Honking at me, and ain't nobody else on the road, and he's standing right where I was standing, trying to figure it out. The nerve. Wow. This town is a piece of work, and I bet you don't speak a lick of English.
No.
Not a lick.
Working.
NYU, Washington Square Park. No editing. Straight up a drive through the city. Not in I guess if I put it in 14 parts, I'll get my weight up. Riding through Washington Square Park now. And then I'll get more subscribers. The hell with that. I love who I have. I know how to do it. just choosing not to.
That's it.
That's it, baby. In that order. Don't get it twisted.
And why it was empty. Well, this spring break too.
I always love this block here because this is the block from that movie with Will Smith when he blew up the whole front of his building when he realized that the woman brought him home, and he was in one of these houses right here to the right of us. Yeah. Where Will Smith blew up one of these townhouses over here, and this is Washington Square Park. It's just turned midnight, by the way, people. So it turned midnight 4 minutes ago. This place is supposed. Oh my goodness! Look, they don't even have the gates up. Normally they have this whole entire park gated after midnight. Look at that. The park is not gated right now. It's like no need to even gate the park. Wow. No need to gate the park. Yo, you know who lives here? These brownstones we just drove by. I met what's it called over here many years ago. I don't know if he lived there, but he said he lived there. It was the guy Charlie Sheen's father, Martin Sheen, lives behind those houses that the Will Smith blew up in the movie. I believe so. I could be wrong. But I met him here. And I said, "Hey, you live over here?" He's like, "Yeah, I live right down that thing." I was like, "Oh wow, this place is great."
Charlie Sheen. He just died this year.
Martin, right? The father?
The father.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The father. There's been heartache and pain. This song's been in my head all day. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've traveled so far. Change things now. Oh, now I know why that song is in my head, because of the Santana album.
He uses that sample.
You know how much money they lost, baby? These people make about $10,000 a day right here in this corner. You know, I know. On a Saturday night, they would have made $10,000 today. No, not no more. Can't even laugh today. Comedy Store, the Comedy Cellar. But you know, this is where some of the not milk hang out, probably in these areas here. You know, look at this guy here. There's a lot of backdoor stuff going on, you know? There's a lot of behind the scenes going on here. We already know. Don't get it twisted. This area here, they got back doors and undergrounds and all that. You want some insomnia cookie? I could go for an insomnia cookie.
Never had one.
You never had one, right? No. I've had one.
If you can still get one.
Oh yeah.
No, it might be closed.
Sir, my friend, with a good haircut. I like your haircut.
Oh, excuse me.
That guy fucking was such a jerk.
Yeah, he just put some money in his cup. To
Oh, she
put
did.
the window up.
Yeah, I got my window.
I
up.
mean,
I'll give him a quarter.
You know, I wanted to hear.
Here you
what
go,
that
man. I got a
nigga-
quarter for you. Some. I got 50 cents or some over here for you. All right, there you go. 2 quarters. Wow. No, I don't smoke cigarettes, man. You know, those things will kill you, man. Be careful with that.
I had to hear what that nigga was saying.
Yo, that guy was like screaming on me, and I was like, "Yo, man, you ain't getting a dime, a quarter, nothing from me, buddy." Yo,
Whoa.
like a ghost town over here. So the guy says, "I said, what is a snickerdoodle?" And he says, "Oh, that's my favorite." And I really, he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What is it?" He said, "It's like a sugar cookie, but it has cinnamon on top." I says, "Oh, okay." I says, "It sounds very Anglo. That sounds like little Timmy didn't like the sugar, so mommy put the cinnamon." And he says, "Well, it's my favorite, so you can call me little Timmy. Mine just like a black guy."
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, "Well, you can just call me Timmy then." I was like, "Well, you have acclimated. You have acclimated, sir." So he's like, "I'm gonna throw." He said, "I'm gonna throw you an extra one. Is that okay?" I says, "Yeah, throw me an extra one."
That's funny.
So we got macadamia nut, snickerdoodle, and here's the snickerdoodle, which is his favorite. Let me try. Hated it. That's trash. We have to remember these millennials have no palate. They're coming from a very bland palate, where most of their lives they had nothing but processed food. Look, this is the macadamia nut. Let me try this. Much better.
Well, that is your favorite cookie, so.
You already know.
Right, baby.
Sorry. It has an aftertaste. Oh my god, this is not good. It tastes like the mix. You know how you don't want to over mix brownie mix? So they're not over mixing the cookie mix neither. And it's just like pockets of dough, like dry powdery dough. Or flour.
Yeah, macadamia nut.
No, it wasn't the macadamia nut. It was the actual cookie itself. They didn't mix it enough. I know you don't want to overmix, but come on. Now let me try the other one. The last one is the s'mores. Break me off a piece of that s'mores. So decadent.
Yeah.
We thought the same word. They see, I love that about us. Another one with the mix. They don't overmix their I can taste the granular. I can taste the granularness. I would never go back there again.
I've never been in.
It would never. It just cookies not good enough for that.
No.
This is the kind of cookie that people are eating when they're high, and it's 2 a.m. All their life they had Hot Pockets and tater tarts.
Okay.
And you know, mom never made a cookie that was natural. So when they taste this, they're like, oh my God, because what it is just a brownie. It's really just a brownie the shape of a cookie. Every cookie tastes like a brownie. The shape of a cookie.
Like Pillsbury dough?
Yeah. No. This feels so natural to them. Or people that have that bland palate. It's like, oh my God. They got those textures going. They don't. I'm like, you know, this to me is a lazy cookie. This company will never go public.
Insomnia.
I'm joking though. It might.
I take it they're open late?
It says to 3 a.m.
Okay. I think they deliver. I remember seeing that. I walked by them, but they've never released any smells that intrigue me. You know, it's just
So
like,
important to have the
what's
bright
that?
smells coming out of food.
My favorite is still David's.
Oh, because you know David. That's why. And not that you know him, you've met him, you've conversed with him, you have had a conversation with this person, so you're a real serious fan to some degree. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
David's cookie. Isn't that Davis from the Washington Heights?
No.
I'm thinking about the cup.
Tony.
Yeah, that was your friend, Tony.
David.
Oh, baby, I don't want any more of those cookies. They were so bad.
I'm talking about
Wow.
Macy's seller. When I say David. Remember
Jesus,
Macy's?
cookies so bad.
Even though David had stands too. David cookies. Remember
Oh,
that
the ones with the green box, the green pack. Oh, that's Tate's. That's Tate's I'm talking about.
David was in Macy's. Remember the seller of Macy's? Where I remember as a kid going to Macy's, you know, looking forward to a David cookie. And then they opened up like Mrs. Fields. But David was
David didn't do anything for me. I
know
remember
you said that before.
Yeah, I never like it tastes very, very mass produced. It tastes like
said that.
You see what it is, baby. When I've been in the food game for so many years that I know that all these people are doing is once you make it to a certain level, you have to then outsource your product. And these are the places like in Jersey, those factories, all these women that we know that live right around us. They all working in these spots where they're going to use different sugars. They're going to use different ingredients than the person. So it's mass produced, and all they're doing is putting their name on it. A lot of cookies in America are made in the same factory. They just have their like toilet paper. You think you're buying Bounty? Bounty just pays to put their name on this 2-ply. Then Charmin put the name on. You know, everybody just putting their name on a product that's being mass produced. And Dave's cookie felt like that.
Yeah.
You want me to pull over so you can throw that out? Because we'll just keep eating it. Yeah, I don't want any more of that. That was just gross. Here.
Maybe we can give it to somebody.
Oh, okay. Give it to somebody. All right.
Maybe to a homeless. You know,
Not that anybody's hungry in this town. Come on. There's so many outlets to get freaking food. You can just go to the supermarket garbage and you can pull out them steaks every 4 or 5 days. They got nothing but porterhouses all in the garbages in New York City.
These NPCs are so warm. Everybody have on t-shirts.
You're talking about these people, everybody's walking around in the t-shirts, these NPCs. That's true, baby. They're easily able to be spotted.
Whoa.
Yes, man, for reasons just like that. You see that? Your spidey senses are popping. That's what I love.
That's cool.
This is Chinatown. We're in Chinatown. To the left is Little Italy. To the right is Chinatown. Two neighborhoods that are being pushed out of this city. They want Chinatown smaller and smaller, and Little Italy smaller and smaller. It's really sad what's going on because the rents are so high.
Yeah, I'm sure the cash businesses, they want to get those out the way with.
Yeah, this is Mulberry Street. Forget about it. Right over here. Mulberry Street, Little Italy. And this is Mott Street, Chinatown. Gotta go down Mott Street. Forget about it. This is my hood right here. You already know. You know anything about me, you know I'm here 3 times a week.
They all got their signs up. Damn. Wow.
Let's go up Bayard and around Peel.
And out. Ice cream shop is closed. Shouldn't the ice cream shop be open?
The ice cream, that's essentials.
Wouldn't it normally be open though?
The ice cream shop? No, that ice cream shop, the one that we go to?
Yeah.
No, they close like at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. There's the one on Mott Street that closes at 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the summer, but no. Normally there's liquid dripping all out of the back of that damn smelling up the streets, right? The garbage truck.
Yeah. This place is open. I saw the guy pump the hand sanitizer when you turned to come out of the cookie store. Those people are like programmed to use that stuff.
This is where I get my foot massages that I'm legendary for.
No touchy feet.
I mean, this is just such a throwback block. You know, this is throwback to just another time in our city.
Yeah.
So cool. Look at that. To the left, that entranceway.
Wow.
Love that. It's like the last of the city, you know.
Yeah.
No, nothing else looks like that in New York. Very few spots.
Very few. Wow. Foot heaven. And the remodeling stuff.
Alright. This is where they filmed that King of New York scene when the girl jumps out of the sunroof with the she has what's it called? She has an Uzi or something like that. She's jumping out of the sunroof, shooting everybody up. This is the block where they filmed that. So many people film videos, movies, all kind of stuff happens here. And this right here in front of us, to the right side is like the hottest clubs in New York right here, where they make all these cool drinks and all that kind of stuff. They got the post office to the left. And then to the right, they have an amazing pork chop shop. This is where LJ and I go all the time. We eat the pork chop at the pork chop house and they have a soup they use like collard greens. And it's basically eating like some of the best collard greens you can ever have. Pretty dang cool.
Wow. Dang.
Pretty dang cool, man. There's a war going on. Nobody's safe. What's that rap song? It's a war going on outside. Nobody's safe from. What's that for?
Doesn't matter if you 2 feet or 8'1", Mob Deep.
Mob Deep, right? This is some good Mob Deep music time right here. See, the homeless is not out. This is part of my crazy theory about the homeless. It's like we saw some homeless people, or what appeared to be homeless people over there on that one block. But normally, every block you drive down in New York City is covered with people sleeping on the streets. And I always kept saying for years, it's a stage. It is truly a stage. This is Mott Street. Look at Mott Street.
I think they closed Wuhop.
Wuhop is open?
I think so.
Alright, let's see. No, Wuhop was closed. I drove by here the other day.
Oh yeah? It's just bright.
Yeah, their lights might be on. Well, let's check it out. So I would estimate that this is only like 1%, like a half of a percentage of the cars that would be out. So let's say for every 100 cars, there's only maybe you need 110 cars to make one car per one car that's riding around. Should be 110. That's what my guess would be. Yeah. That's Little Italy in front of us. So let's drive down Little Italy first. Yeah, let's just drive down Little Italy real quick, and then we'll go back down Mott and see Wuhop is there. Drive by my father's favorite spot. Should be here on the right side. No. Is it? I thought it was off of Grand. No. Oh no, the next block. The next block. This is where I used to get cigars when I was in my 20s. My 20s and 30s, I would get cigars from over here. No.
Right?
What y'all niggas up to? The freaks come out at night. You see how desperate he looked in the face? That strange.
That is strange. To have that just look like that in this neighborhood. They're scanning us.
That's those not no creatures. They're out, baby. And this is the end of Little Italy, what we just did. How sad is that? How sad is that? Everybody thinks New York. I'm not saying New York is not amazing, but come on. Little Italy is all we have is 4 blocks. Chinatown is now down to like 8 blocks.
Probably down to
I mean,
3.
jeez, Louise. What the? So it's just, this city is so, it just, no one cares. No one cares about culture. No one cares about, all they care about is, F you, pay me.
That's it.
F you, pay me.
What are these things? Just like a cement block?
Where? Oh yeah, I never knew what these things were. I always wondered this. This is one of those city question mark. Did you just say that because I've said this to you before? Or you just seriously just was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's about 4 or 5 of these in the city. And I used to always wonder, and someone was saying how this was part of some sort of like underground air filtration system for the underground cities in New York and all that kind of stuff. I was like, what? There's one over there by the West Side Highway, a few of them by the West Side Highway. There's a few of those structures like that, you know? And this is Mott. Yeah, so that's why that song is in my head, because of the Santana album. What's his name again? Joel Santana. He has that song, In My Life. So that's why for the last 3 days I've been singing this song. I just can't get it out of my head because of this song. And it's not even one of the, I like the album a lot. I think the album is definitely a 7 out of 10 all day. Absolutely. Especially Easy Work. That's my favorite song. Easy Work is crazy. But some of his rhymes, I'm like, who would ever, like, he's talking about Etch and Sketch. Who knows about Etch and Sketch? And then another rhyme, he said something about how it was real nice. It was real fly. I can't remember at the moment, but oh, it was so good. But I was like, you got to be over 35, 40 years old to even know what he's talking about in half of these double entendres and all that kind of stuff. But I was impressed. I was like, you know, this is kind of fly. But who would know that? Is that Vincent's right there to the right? That's where my dad loves to go, Vincent's. I think that's Vincent's down that block. But you said Mott, no?
Yeah, I said Mott.
See, this is Chinatown here. It's on Mott Street. This is part of Chinatown. This is where people don't necessarily come to eat. They come to shop and buy food to cook to eat on this one particular block here.
And I was right.
Vincent's. Damn, baby, you were right. Look at you. That's why I got you in my life, man. This is why you here. Love you, girl. Come on. And then this is one of my places where I get the soup dumplings. Wifey's not into the soup dumplings.
No.
This is where you get soup dumplings off the hook in Chinatown. Forget about it. All right, let's go buy Wuha.
I was like, you like shrimp parmesan all those years ago? Me in there. Not the best moment.
We told the babysitter we'd be there before midnight, so we're gonna run home. Hey, she's happy she made a few dollars tonight. I know that. She said, I'm gonna pay my phone bill with this. I'm like, okay. This is the center down this block that caught on fire. Right down the center of this block caught on fire. This caught on fire to the right.
Yeah.
To the right, that caught on fire.
I remember when it was watching them go in and out.
Yeah, and now they redoing it. They're building it up again. But that was so bizarre to see them shut this block down, you know?
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna be practicing our soups.
Oh, we got those packs of soup.
And you got the noodles and the broth.
What you doing? What you doing? This is the Woo Hop that we go to 2-3 times a week.
Wow. Dear loyal customers, closing to further notice. Loyal customer temporarily closed. Wow. Damn.
My boy Ali, that owns this place here. That's my boy. He's the guy who hooked me up with the rice when the phone fell in the water. Ali's my peoples.
I like the classy rotten fruit stand.
Yeah, he's just trying to make it now. He's definitely not gonna be a rich man over this season right here, you know?
Yeah.
And he's a hard worker. He got his sister working that register. I'm thinking FDR Drive North. What you thinking?
Okay. Wow.
All traffic, do not enter. That's new.
That's it, man.
I think I'm gonna stop the video. There's a lot of video here, a lot of content, a lot of hours over here. Let me shut this down. Thank the people. I don't think you want to be shown, right? Or you want to or no? I'm here with LJ. Thank you for spending the last 70 minutes with us. And for the people that did not press the fast forward button, or what is that, the forward fast? What is the word? What's the words?
I don't know. We'll go with fast forward or skip.
Yeah, fast forward or skip to certain parts. We want to thank you guys for listening to us. Can I say you?
What you gonna show me for?
You got your face all covered, so I guess not.
No. I'm in quarantine.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in quarantine mode.
Boom. I love it.
She's at the